crazy ridiculous. I feel like I just gotta hold it for the rest of the show now.
Why is it so, it works so well?
I'm gonna like hit something though. I swear I'm gonna hit something. Oh, see? Look. Oh, Phantom Menace, how I adore. I guess it's the same, hey?
I still, to this day, ooh, it's smoking. Is that steaming? Smoking? Can you see that?
Should I open it?
Is that a bad thing? Wow. I guess this is his actual... Oh. It comes with a training. I love it. Kind of looks like a chocolate. Let's get it. Let's get it. How do I do this and not crash it? Again, there's kind of a backstory to this of why I love it so much.
It's so great. It's too great that I hated it. Oh. I think my skill set is being ridiculous. I think that's my strength. If I was in a job interview, what's your strength? Being absolutely but crazy ridiculous. I feel like I just gotta hold it for the rest of the show now.
Why is it so, it works so well?
I'm gonna like hit something though. I swear I'm gonna hit something. Oh, see? Look. Oh, Phantom Menace, how I adore. I guess it's the same, hey?
I still, to this day, ooh, it's smoking. Is that steaming? Smoking? Can you see that?
Should I open it?
Is that a bad thing? Wow. I guess this is his actual... Oh. It comes with a training. I love it. Kind of looks like a chocolate. Let's get it. Let's get it. How do I do this and not crash it? Again, there's kind of a backstory to this of why I love it so much.
It's so great. It's too great that I hated it. Oh. I think my skill set is being ridiculous. I think that's my strength. If I was in a job interview, what's your strength? Being absolutely but crazy ridiculous. I feel like I just gotta hold it for the rest of the show now.
Why is it so, it works so well?
I'm gonna like hit something though. I swear I'm gonna hit something. Oh, see? Look. Oh, Phantom Menace, how I adore. I guess it's the same, hey?
I still, to this day, ooh, it's smoking. Is that steaming? Smoking? Can you see that?
Should I open it?
Is that a bad thing? Wow. I guess this is his actual... Oh. It comes with a training. I love it. Kind of looks like a chocolate. Let's get it. Let's get it. How do I do this and not crash it? Again, there's kind of a backstory to this of why I love it so much.
It's so great. It's too great that I hated it. Oh. I think my skill set is being ridiculous. I think that's my strength. If I was in a job interview, what's your strength? Being absolutely but crazy ridiculous. I feel like I just gotta hold it for the rest of the show now.
Why is it so, it works so well?
I'm gonna like hit something though. I swear I'm gonna hit something. Oh, see? Look. Oh, Phantom Menace, how I adore. I guess it's the same, hey?
I still, to this day, ooh, it's smoking. Is that steaming? Smoking? Can you see that?
G'day there! Welcome back to the race side. Dark today, isn't it? It is dark as anything. Let's move this light around. There we go. You see me now. How we doing? Welcome back. Crank that live stream super loud today. There we go. Cranking it down. Dr. Bestman, Master CG, Master Yava in the chat as well. Sonia's here. Joseph is here. Oh my goodness. We're going to have a good show today, folks. We're going to have a nice chill one. It's going to be a nice and chill one. We're talking about two hot topics today. And I thought, you know what? We haven't done a little discussion stream in a little while. There's some hot news floating around the Star Wars stratosphere. So let's talk about it. Of course, from the title and the thumbnail, we're talking about the two rumors. Fairly legit, fairly believable rumors that Cal Kestis, Cameron Monaghan, is going to make his live-action debut very soon Eventually. Eventually. And the Mando movie will mark the end for Din Djarin's story. These are two stories that I just found to be really interesting. I have lots of thoughts on both of these stories, so I can't wait to discuss it with you all. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Hey, Izzy, how you doing? How are you doing? So, both of these stories, I feel like are very, like, they both go hand in hand, if that makes sense. I feel like they both have things to do with each other, which I'm really interested to chat about. So we'll talk about both. We'll talk about, I guess, both stories, because I feel like both of these things are sort of intertwined. So let's get the chill music on, the discussion music on. First, I'm talking about Cal Kestis. This one is super logical. I feel like this one, a lot of people have speculated upon, discussed, thought of for a long, long time. And it, pretty much ever since Jedi Fallen Order came out, it was no-brainer, because obviously they chose Cam Monaghan. So an actor, a screen actor, of course, really kind of became big in his role in Shameless, the TV show. It makes sense. He's a very good TV actor, not only movie, but TV actor. He was in Joker as well. So I felt like that was always very, very purposeful of Lucasfilm, or, whoever hired him, to choose that sort of actor, which I sort of love. And so it always, from the get-go, everyone's like, oh, he's an actual actor, and the likeness is so good that, like, he can definitely make a live action jump, which I think is a super smart move. I think we're ready for Cal Kestis to be in our other media, in TV shows, and dare I say, movies. So I think the whole Mantis crew, which Master CG will talk a lot about this, I feel like those characters would really fit in a movie setting, a TV setting. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Dr. Bespin coming in saying, hope they give Cal Kestis the haircut and mustache you gave him in Survivor. Thank you. Yes, me too. I think that looks so good. Absolutely. How's the book? It's going well. I'm cranking through it. I'll give you an update in the Masters meeting. It's good. Hey, Thatcher, how you doing? Long time no see. I saw Cal Kestis at Keep a Chat. You bet. We're talking the prospect of Cal Kestis. It has been reported by a fairly reputable source, Daniel RPK, who has been right a lot of the time. Probably not every time, but a lot of the time with Star Wars leaks and news and things like this, that Cal Kestis will be making his Disney Plus jump over there. So what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But yeah, Cal Kestis. Hey, Cobophotic, how you doing, brother? How you doing? I've got a, I'm sure you've seen it, but I've got my Leia saber. And what are fonts? I don't know how to work it. Help. It's the weekend here, so I might hit you up over this weekend about helping me. Hey, JT, how you doing? It's good to see you in the chat. What do you think of Cal Kestis in live action? I think, a part of me in hindsight, and I know some agree with this, I feel like a Cal Kestis in the Kenobi show would have felt so good. That would have felt amazing. That would have been amazing. I think that would have fit really nicely. But, that was 2 years ago now. We can't look at the past. How is Cal Kestis gonna pop up in the future? Let's talk about that. I feel like we all just roughly agreed that Cal Kestis in live action would be sick. So where is he gonna come up? My current going theory is that I feel like he can even make a cameo in Ahsoka. I know that's kind of a dramatic thing, and I don't know if it'll fit exactly well, but I feel like, well, that's the next show coming up. Unless they're cooking up. This is crazy. And you know what? I actually hope this is what would happen. This is like the best case scenario for Cal Kestis for me. We get a whole new live action show that is almost going to take the place of the Mandalorian Star Wars action TV show that everyone loves. In place of that, so that'll end with the Mando movie, starts for the next few years, the Star Wars Mantis crew, or Star Wars, the Jedi story. And it's about Cal Kestis, because two things about Cal that is really interesting and big ticket things is that, one, he's a Jedi. Those stories are really needed in Star Wars and still a big ticket item for us. I don't know what that means. Star Wars fans, I guess. But the other thing you got to keep in mind too with why a Cal Kestis show would work just like his own show is that one thing that has come up in Star Wars media a bunch in the animation, in the live action, and even in the games, in Jedi Survivor, is the concept of the path. During the Empire's reign, the path. This was brought up in Kenobi. Quinlan Voss used this. This is that back way of, the Jedi all connected to each other. The path was introduced. It was then touched on in Jedi Survivor. It was then, was it mentioned in Bad Batch? Or am I making that up? I might be making that up. It was mentioned in Bad Batch. But that is a concept that is existing quite prevalently now in Star Wars. And I think a Cal Kestis or Star Wars, the Jedi story, or Star Wars The Path even, starring Cal Kestis, would be a great way to do it. That's my pitch. That is my pitch. Do they have a release date for the next game? I don't believe so, Yaba. I think because it was only in the past couple of weeks that they confirmed that they are, they've started on the next one, which will be the final game in the trilogy of the Star Wars Jedi games. So, I don't think we're near a release date yet, but when would it be? If they've started it now, we could maybe see it. Probably not until the start of 2026, I would bet. Yeah, I think so. Hey, Skywalker's Academy, how you doing? Cal Kestis meets up with Ezra in the Prime Galaxy. Ooh, okay. Now, this is tying into how it could fit in the Ahsoka show, because I also think they might do what they kind of did with Ahsoka. It's like, maybe have him come in for a single episode of Ahsoka, or like pop in somewhere, and then they announce there's going to be a Cal Kestis show. Cal Kestis in the Path. It's true. That is true. Being into comics and such, I don't prefer many Jedi survive Order 66 because Palpatine was supposed to checkmate them all down. So two Sith rule, but Cal's story plus certain scenarios get the pass. I love that. Yeah. Cal Kestis' story is too cool for me to pass up. I kind of get what you mean though. Like it would be crazy if like so many Jedi survived, but keep it in perspective. What was there? Like, I think it was like 20,000 Jedi at the time of like peak Republic. And there's what, like 100 left. So it's like, that's like, what's the math on that? Like 0.5%? I don't know. So to me, that's like, that's fair. It's going to be a handful that slip through. Yeah, 100%. He'll be perfect. Well, it's hard not to be perfect because it is him. You know what I mean? I was thinking they'll line it up with the release. That's such a good point, Yaba. That's such a good point. Let's talk about if... Yeah. So the third Jedi Survivor game, Star Wars Jedi game, what if Cal Kestis' cameo is in the Mando movie? What if that's where it is? Mando movie coming out, what is that? April 2026? Is that it? So that the movie comes out there. The third game, I reckon, would be coming out in January that year. That's my bet. I think you're onto something here, Yaba. I think that would make sense to be like, okay, here's the story in the game form complete. This is what he got up to, where he finished, and then we see him in the Mando movie, which the third game will probably finish around Battle of Yavin time, probably. Or even just before the Battle of Yavin. And then we see him in the Mando movie, and it's like 10 years after the game. Oh, that works. That works so good. I love that, Yava. Prophecy of the Force. Oh my god. Hello. How you doing? Would love to see Cal have a run-in with Thrawn on Dathomir. Interesting. A run-in with Thrawn. You know what can connect this is that I was just like, why? But then I'm like, oh my god, Dathomir. Oh my god, Merrin. 100%. And Cal's been to Dathomir. That would work. I could see that happening. Hey, Galactic Cantina. Good to see you in the chat. $20 Dudes coming in from Master CG. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. Very kind. What we really need is a Cal Kestis show or movie. His life from the time he went into the temple to his training all the way up to the ending of Survivor, continuing after the last game is made. Pick up at the Mando movie. That's a really interesting timeline. Because I feel like having the story throughout the game would be too, they're kind of hashing over things if the story's within the game already. But I also kind of like it. Like, I don't feel like it's logical, but it also, that feels cool if we see, because, all the cutscenes of, like, him training with Jara Tapal and in the Jedi Temple and him failing, his whole Order 66 experience. And then, meeting Seer and Grease and, like, imagine seeing that in movie form. I think that would be cool. Even though that feels like, it's hashing over stuff, I think that could definitely be cool to see. I am seeing now, if the third game ends near Battle of Yavin, and then the next time we, like, see Cal is, like, 10 years later in the Mando movie, I feel like that makes sense. That makes sense. Callum Merrin is the same combo as Quinlan Nasaj, Jedi with psychometry, who's in love with a Night Sister. That's true. That is true. We've seen this before. Love it. Maybe after the Halloween season, I start playing the Jedi games. Have you not, brother? Yava, have you not played the Jedi games? What are you doing? The game's got to be near Yavin, because when Survivor, because Fallen Order is 5 years after Order 66. Survivor is, I want to say 3 years? 3 years after Fallen Order. And then the third game probably, it could be another, like, maybe 2 years. We could be, is it? Oh, okay, so Survivor must be 5 years after Fallen Order. Okay. Because Kenobi is 10 years. I'm trying to do this maths. Yeah, Kenobi is 10 years before Battle of Yavin. 10 BBY. Yes. That's insane. I've seen you play, and I have them in the Steam library. Oh my god, you have it. Play it, dude. Play at least. Well, you haven't even played any of it. There you go. I can't stay. By Star Wars and Victor Wooten are where it's at. Do I know you? Do you know me? Have I talked about Victor Wooten before? He's my favorite bassist. Did you know that? Star Wars and Victor Wooten, where it's at. Do you know me? I feel like I haven't spoken about that on stream, but that is such a niche thing to say. That is such a niche thing to say. Victor Wooten, I love Victor Wooten. Anyway, another $10 dues coming in from CG. This way, we could get the entire Fallen Order Survivor cast with others known already in the Star Wars universe, such as the Council, etc. Following the events of the games. Remember, not everyone has played those games. That's true. They probably want to give it more context. 100%. That's actually a really good point. And Dr. Bestman, I put the time down below. Sunday night, 6 p.m. Pacific. Be there. That's our next Survivor stream. But thank you so much for the $10 dues, Master CG. Oh my god. Ben. I hope you're doing well, friend. Hope you'll have a good stream tonight. I know it's been a minute since I've been here. Had a lot going on personally. That's okay. I'll be back at some point. Keep up the great work, Hannah. Thank you so much, brother. I've got to reach out to the group chat because I still want you guys on. You, Milton, and Staraptor. I'd love to have you guys on still. I hope you're doing well. Speaking of bassists, pretty funny how Thundercat was back in Book of Boba Fett repairing Fennec. What? Yeah, right? Oh, Birdchurch in the chat. Before the Kenobi show, I had similar hope for Cal might appear in it. Yeah, right? I thought that was going to be a thing. That was like my favorite. Did I make a video about? I don't know if I made a video about that. But yeah, that and Cody. was my two biggest ones. Cal and Cody being in it. I think Cat was in the same gang as those Vespa people. That's the Vespa people. I love that. If Cal does appear live action, I also want Merrin there. Yeah, 100%. Merrin, I feel like, and you know what? Coming back to CG's Soupy back here. Yeah, I think that's pretty pivotal for the... Let me go up a little higher. I think that's pretty pivotal for the story too, actually. Like, if we're talking about Cal Kestis return, or not a return, but jump to live action. One thing about the story I think is really detrimental for, like, not detrimental, but like just the benefits, the context, is Seer, Grease, and Merrin. And all those characters can come into live action. I mentioned this the other day in the Survivor stream, but Grease especially, like, I really want to see, like, not CG, like, not CGI, but like proper alien, Star Wars alien costume. I really would love to see that. It would be so cool. Oh my gosh, hey Chosen One, how you doing? How you doing? Did you see who's coming by the next con by me? I don't know. Oh my god, no. Who is it? Is it Diana? Who is it? Cal returning would be so dope to see in live action. Yeah, well, it's reported. It's happening. They're figuring it out. They're figuring it out. But I feel like they're gonna do some sort of tie-in with the Mando movie. It's gotta be. I feel like they'll do that Ahsoka thing. Like, Ahsoka showed up for one episode of Mandalorian, and then that really launched off her having her own show. So I feel like a similar thing will happen. Definitely. I feel like Cal and the Mando movie... Okay, well, it makes sense. The Mando movie is going to be massive. Like, just off the basis that it's The Mandalorian, which has been the most successful Star Wars, if not Disney Plus thing in the past 5 years. Most successful, gets a movie. That's going to get people in those seats watching the movie. If you want to introduce a new Star Wars character for people to be interested in, backdoor it in that movie, because I think that it would be the best way for the people who haven't played the games, but are interested in more Star Wars stories, can go, hey, oh my gosh, there's a Jedi called Cal. Oh my god, he's cool. Look at cool Cameron Monaghan. That would be the way to do it, in the cameo in the Mando movie. And then after that is announced, because again, we'll kind of segue into talking about it, is that, this is the end of Din Djarin's story for this movie. But what starts in place of it is the Star Wars The Mantis Crew. That's what I'm coining it as. 100%. That's really funny. You betcha. It's been reported. It's been reported. Oh my god, Tem's going there? I thought he was filming a movie in Australia at the moment. I don't know how he's got time to do that. It's crazy. Ooh, coming in with a hot take here. I don't know about game characters transitioning to live action. It's a lazy roundabout way to make new characters without making a movie. Well, what about that idea of his first appearance is in the Mando movie? Because I think it's too much of a, they made a decision there to say, let's hire a very experienced screen actor. Let's hire a very experienced young actor to, in a few years' time, transition onto the screen. I don't know. Yeah, it depends if people love the character. You can execute it well, then nah. Well, that's the thing. Well, I think that this is Cal outside of, like, other TV shows right now. I think Cal's a very popular Star Wars character with Star Wars fans. Maybe not for, like, the broader audience. I feel like broader audience just say The Mandalorian. But I feel like Star Wars fans, a lot of people love Cal Kestis. A lot of people love him. Like, I don't hear any people being like, oh, I do not like that Cal guy. I don't hear anyone saying that. If you have an actor as good as Cam Monaghan, who has played a very popular character, may as well use it if you've got a good story. Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, he's got a huge following. Like, remember, like I immediately think back to London Celebration last year, Celebration Europe. Very, very popular. He was very, very well liked, well cheered for, which I know that's like a hilarious metric to consider. But like everyone in that room, everyone in that celebration, how many other people, like 30,000 people that go to Celebration, go, that's Cal Kestis, and cheer for that guy's name. So it's like he's well liked. If you want to build on some interest by Star Wars fans, Cal's got to be the guy. It's true. Cal could first appear in disguise as a Black Sun operative, then reveal himself later. Well, that's a concept and a half. Might be finished filming by December. That's when the Connies. Oh, okay, true. Fair enough. If Cal comes live action, they better bring in Stig Armisen. He knows his story should continue. That's a good point. I mean, what was his role? And he's left EA now. He's not with the games. He's not with EA or the games now. So that's a good thing to consider jumping into this third game. Stig was a big part of them. Stig was at Celebration. They brought him out at Celebration. Big part of the story for these games. Also, let's be real. You would please so many people, game fans with Cal Clone, Clone Wars fans with Ahsoka, Rebels fans with Ezra and Sabine, prequel fans with Ghost Anakin, and original fans with post-Return of the Jedi Luke. So much good. That's true. That's fair. You don't like it, Roman. What next? Arcalone screen pulling down a Star Destroyer? Nah. I do have a like Cal, as his powers aren't over the top like crazy like Starkiller. Well, I'm confused now. So you do like Cal? Yeah, the game director. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm not sure how well his skills in the gaming industry would, like, I think Stig would be an interesting person to refer if they do like a Cal show or a, Mantis Crew show. I feel like Stig would be an interesting person to refer to, similar to how they referred to Timothy Zahn for Thrawn's live action debut. I feel like Stig would be a good reference, but I don't think he would be like actively through the whole process of a story with Cal. Oh, interesting take here from ABCD. Yeah. What a great name. As someone who is not enjoying much of the current Star Wars output, I absolutely love Cal. And many others in this camp feel the same. Just hope they don't ruin him if they do live action Cal. I think it's pretty hard to. I think they've got the thing with, a character coming from games to screen is that he's got a big basis. Big basis. And if you think about, now I'm going to speak completely out of turn here because I have nor played the game nor seen the show of The Last of Us, but you be the judges of that. Was that a good adaptation? But that really is an adaptation of the story of the game. And also, the characters are kind of playing characters that sort of look alike, where Cam, it's just like, the amount of story, cutscenes, and everything, and acting that he's, Cam Monahan's put into that character, I feel like the Cal jump is going to be the smoothest for just general game to TV show stories. That's my pitch. That's my thought. But again, I don't know the Last of Us stuff, but that was obviously took the world by storm. Big thing. Pedro. Oh my God. That was a big thing. So I feel like Cal's got. I keep switching from Cal. Cam has the best sort of predisposition to do well, if that makes sense. Also, hyperspace coming in saying it was good. Yeah, it was well liked. And am I right in saying it was an adaptation of that actual storyline of the game? Because maybe that could be the Cal story. Like they adapt, and CG has been pitching this. It's like they adapt all the stories told in the games to like just a movie. What about like a Cal Kestis movie? I don't think they'll do that, but just a concept. Think about that. Zepho live action as the planet stickers you up as should hell almost spent on there. That's true. Imagine that. A horror movie in the Zepho tunnels. That'll be the movie. The Ahsoka show would best fit Cal and the Mantis crew. My issue with, I agree in theory of it, but my issue with that is that I already feel overwhelmed by the amount of characters in the Ahsoka show. We have 5 villains, 2 died, so we still have 3 villains. and we have like 5 good guys. Like, I feel like we already have a lot of characters, but I like, in theory, agree with you though. Hey, Mad P, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Let's see movies and series as canon. That way they could use characters like Starkiller, Darth Nihilus, and more. Starkiller is a controversial one, to be fair, to bring us in. But yeah, I think Cal's got a better bet. Except for be giving us some crosshair level trauma. Literally. Oh my goodness. Thrawn also had a huge basis, and I feel much of it, the Grisk stuff, for example, and his Chiss culture, were disregarded for live action. To defend that in a way, I feel like we just had to set him up. I feel like they just had to set him up. Like, because keep in mind, like, we only saw Thrawn in the back half of season 1, and it was setting up, hey, this is the big bad. And to be fair, this is a lot of people's criticisms of Ahsoka, that, like, Thrawn wasn't scary enough. He didn't do much at all. And I kind of agree. He just kind of stood around being like, how do we get out of here? Like, that's pretty much all he did. But I pin that down to they just needed to introduce him. And he probably needed to do not much. Because I feel in season 2, which, keep in mind, season 2 is still going ahead. Season 2, we're getting a bunch of him. I feel like that's the big, like, pinnacle of the Thrawn character now. And I feel as though that he's going to be a big bad in the movies too. So I feel like that's just the introduction. So I get where you're coming from, but also I can't fully agree, because I'm like, I don't think they've disregarded it. I think they're just like waiting to tell it. Because remember, I think he's going to show up in the Mando movie. We've got Dave Filoni's movie, which he will be probably the big bad in. And then we've got Ahsoka season 2. So like we have all these opportunities for these kind of the whole, this is what he believes, this is the culture, this is what he's trying to achieve, all those kinds of things comes to play. That's my thought. That's my thought there. Jai coming in. Since the Mando movie is the next Star Wars film to come out in 2026, it'll be 7 years since the last film. What if the film opens with the traditional Star Wars crawl and music to get the Star Wars feel? I believe it will. It will probably do that. I think. If not, it'll do like a variation on it, kind of like the Ahsoka show, to be honest. Let's see, think the Jedi games and Andor is the best Star Wars story since George Lucas sold it. Ooh, hot take. Who agrees? Talking about movies, let's get the next banner I should say. Let's talk about the Mando movie. We touched on it a lot, but let's talk about it specifically. Before I do, make sure you're coming back to the channel. Sunday night, we're doing a late night streaming Survivor. I'm doing a playthrough of Survivor Plus. It's a good time. It's chaotic. It's a fantastic fun with Star Wars fans. Make sure you're tuning in this Sunday night, late night. But let's talk about that Mando and Grogu movie. We're getting scaricks here and there. They are filming. Lateef Crowder and Brendan Wayne. They're on set. If you follow either of them on Instagram, they are like constantly being like on the way to set. So they are filming a lot, and frequently, which is a good thing. Which is a very good thing. But also reported is that this will be the end of Din Djarin's story. So no season 4, no more seasons. But this movie will be the end of it. Let's jump into some thoughts here in the chat. Chatty chat. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I'm if you know anything about me, I'm very optimistic. I'm some people might not like how optimistic I am, but I'm very honest. I'm like, hey, if it's not good right now, let's just hope it's going to be better. Very optimistic. Belly Murder's new boyfriend, I love that. Star Wars Nerd, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, but that's subjective CG. Some people love it. What is your favorite Star Wars thing? Everyone's got different favorite Star Wars things. Oh my god, is DB here? Where's DB? Oh, there he is. Oh, I missed him. Hey, DB, how you doing? I saw the horrific pictures of the house, man. I hope you're doing okay. Hope no one's hurt and everyone's all right. Hope you're doing okay. Mando season 3 wasted him at the end. I want more watching, more just scratching the surface, at least for me. Oh yes, Moff Gideon you're talking about? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, man, I'm so sorry. I heard that. If you didn't know, obviously the horrible hurricane happened. It was in Florida. It's like in Florida, like moving through the east. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, like you said, like all insurance. You got power. Well, are you here now with power? You know, everything's happening. Keeping you in our thoughts, man. Saber Smith in the chat. How you doing? How you doing? Hit the panhandle, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people going through it there. It's absolutely thinking of our brothers and sisters in the panhandle. Experiencing that, absolutely. I like the Bo-Katan storyline, but it doesn't seem like they want to continue with that. This is my issue, too. Like, a hot take I have is that, like, the Bo-Katan story is actually interesting as shit, and I feel like she should have her own show. But, you know, again, I'm just kind of... I don't know how realistic that is, but I'm like, I would watch a Bo-Katan show. I don't know how well that would market, but I feel like that would be cool. You know what I mean? Yes! Okay, this is my thing. We're going to get off task here, but this is my thing about we need a Book of Boba Fett season 2. I know a lot of people didn't love Book of Boba Fett, but again, it's that thing of like, you need to lay the foundations. Then, you know, then you go, okay, this was like a little bit rocky here. This didn't land well. Okay, this is how we build up from here. Like, you need to lay that. Season 2 would be sick. Robotic Cobb Vanth. So cool. So cool. Won't get to see season 4. Wasn't huge on season 3. Was still fun, but loved season 1 and 2. We'll miss the random adventures with Din and Grogu. Yeah, so here's my take on the no Mando season 4. Season 4 thing. Is that half of me is sad because it's like, oh, this is a big part of Star Wars storytelling. It has been for 5 years now. There's been some incredible moments. The Luke episode, the Ahsoka episode, some really great stories told in between. But if it had to end any time, it's probably now. It's probably here. It's probably with the Mando movie, because through the 3 seasons, I feel like we've told the arc. And it might feel a little janky if we forced out another 4th season after the movie, if that makes sense. So it's like we have the Mando movie. It's just a great 2-hour action movie, happy days. And then it's like, okay, here's some more though. And that could be very forced. It could get very weird. Like, think of your favorite TV shows. Typically, if they go in just like 1 season too long, that last season people don't like. I think of The Office. I mean, the last season of The Office gets a lot of flack, but it's not that bad to me. But you know what I mean? Like, it does feel like we're just holding on to the joy. So I do feel that ending with the story of Din Djarin exclusively, and like the Mandalorian story exclusively in the movie, I think that's the move. I think that's the move. Oh, yeah, Vibey. That's December 3rd. December 3rd. Book it in. I can't wait for the watch party for that. It's going to be so fun. Star Wars Cruise is going to be so light. Yes, CG, you get me. It's just... They were just kind of like, it was good. Everyone loves it. So they were just like, let's just keep it going. That's what I feel season 4 of Mando could feel like if we don't end in the movie. Book it in. See you there, brother. But yeah, I think that's I don't know if you guys can hear that. But yeah, that's my take. I don't know if anyone's extra sad about no season 4, but I think it's going to be okay. Mando Movie will end of 2 ways. He'll either die in a great sacrifice or ride off into the sunset, something like that. 100%. Well, because also with this report is saying that the Mandalorian show is going to like end and no season 4, but he'll show up elsewhere. So, like, I'm more leaning to, I don't think he'll die. I think he'll do some sort of cool, triumphant ending where he rides off into the sunset, and he'll probably pop up somewhere else, I reckon. Me too, Vibey. I think about Bad Batch frequently. I got my little Lula doll down there. Let me put the banner off. I have so much to tell you guys. I'm like getting a new mic tomorrow. So much is happening. Got my little Bad Batch box down here, but I've been trying to tweak the background a little bit. I've set up a little Ahsoka box here. I've got my Ahsoka, Marek, and Sabine, and I've got my Pretty Upset. It's a bit dark though, you can't really see. And I've got my Vader Saber and Vader Sprinkler back here. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, Bad Batch, eh? Hot take. Season 3 was a disheveled hot mess. The Mando episode that appeared in the Book of Boba Fett was far superior product than the 8 episodes we got in Season 3. Yes, true. I think the Season 3 opener should have been the episode we got in Book of Boba Fett. I feel like that should have been it. Me too, Jai. Me too. 100%. What a good time. What a good time. You betcha. That's why we're chatting about it, discussing it. What could be? What could be? That's true. That's true. Oh, saves me. I'm missing a bunch of chats. How am I missing all these? I wonder if they'll age Grogu up in the movie so he can continue, sort of like Omega in the Bad Batch. That is a fair point, because I think Grogu could really actually have a story in future storytelling for Star Wars. But it is interesting how baby he is staying. So yeah, are they going to do the whole Grogu talks? Don't know. It's an interesting one to consider of like how that would work for the story. It's interesting. Fly off the Naboo Starfighter, yeah. And then he jumps into his... well, no, he's got a Razor Crest back in this movie, somehow. Somewhere. Interesting. This is a cool thought. Season 2 should have led directly into the movie, being a true finale. You know what? Okay, yeah, talk in hindsight. Because the insanity, the explosion of the fandom that was the finale of Season 2. Luke Skywalker back on the screen. Oh my god. Everyone melted. Millions of views. Imagine then being like, Mandalorian movie coming out in December, like boom, because everyone would die to see that. They're like, oh my god, Luke's got to be back on the big screen. Do the whole Grogu going off to train, Din Djarin doing something else. That could have been the movie. Where it's like the season 2 finale is normal. Then the Mando movie starts with those two, like the Grogu storyline and the Din Djarin storyline, and they're like two storylines concurrently going, where it's like you see what Din Djarin's up to. He like help almost like rewrite the Book of Boba story to be like the little side plot for Din Djarin, and then you have like these extended scenes of Luke training Grogu, and then it gets to the end, and it's almost like the Book of Boba Fett finale, where there's some sort of like, we need help defeating this thing, and Grogu and Din Djarin finally come together again. Imagine if that was the movie. Oh my word. That's a cool thought. That is a cool thought. But be back on the big screen. Oh, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Yeah, that's interesting. ABCD coming in with an interesting thoughts today. Love it. Love it. $5 redos coming in from Master CG. Mando will ride off into the Res Crest. And Grogu next to him in the Naboo Starfighter, where they end up finding the Yoda homeworld. Ooh. Now, I am of the camp, which I think might be a few people. Let me know in the chat. Send a green emoji if you agree or disagree. I don't know how that'll work. That the Yoda series... Sorry, that's not what I was meant to not say. The Yoda species should stay a mystery. Put a green emoji if you agree, or a red emoji if you disagree. The Yoda species should stay a mystery. Green to agree, red to disagree right now. Put it in. I think the mystery of like, who the hell is Yoda? Who the hell is even Grogu? Like, that's fine that Grogu exists, but it's like, I feel like that should be it. It's like, we don't know. We'll never know. They'll never be told. Never be told. That's an interesting thought. Interesting thought, CG. $5 dues. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Also, I feel like I've missed something before. Star Wars Nerd gifted a Race High membership. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that love, Star Wars Nerd. You are such a fantastic support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Dr. Bestman agreeing. PM with just literally typing green emoji. I love it. Yeah, Mad agreeing. Yava agreeing. I don't see any red yet. It's so central to Star Wars. Yeah, it kind of is, eh? It kind of is. I love it. Why is Zeb going to die, though? I don't think he is going to die. Why do you say that so certainly? Why is he going to die? We don't know. We don't know if he's going to die. I like not knowing about the Yoda species. Yeah, I'm glad we all agree about that. Joseph agrees? Yeah. Love that idea, CG, but you need to make sure Lucas signs off on it, in my opinion. If anyone needs to be involved with the revelation, it's him. Yeah, I want to do a deep dive now if I like what George Lucas has even explained about the Yoda species at all, if he's mentioned anything more about them. I think he's talked about how they're mysterious and like we don't know, but I'm like, surely he's got it in a notebook somewhere. Like this is where he's from. Surely, I want to find that. I want to find that. Oh, I love it. Knowing Grogu's heritage would be cool, but not the origin of the species. I don't know. I feel like it should be canon at this point that he's Yoda and Yaddle's love child. I feel like that should be officially canon. I don't know why it's not. Just being real. Just being real. I feel like that's what's going on. I think that's what's going on. But yeah, I just think it makes sense that we're ending here with Din Djarin. And to be fair, with this report, it did say he's going to be in other things. Like I feel like he's going to be in the Ahsoka season 2, and I also feel like he's going to be in Dave Filoni's movie if Dave Filoni does in fact do that movie. So yeah, good times, good times. 100%. Yes. More about the species. I'm actually very surprised that you're of this thinking, CG. Also, do you guys like my bracelet? I get so sidetracked. I don't know if it's gonna focus. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a Pandora charm of Princess Leia. You guys like it? Hope you like it. Yeah, come on, canon. Little something with Yaddle. You're kidding. Those two had tension. Those two had tension. Let's be real. 50 years. If Grogu's 50 years by Mando timeline, Yaddle was still alive. Like 50 years ago. Come on, they're small. They could like, you know, like, come on, let's talk about Yoda's little meditation room. It's like dark. It's like romantic and like, ooh, mood lighting. The light coming through the blinds. That's mood lighting. That's nice. Oh, I love it. Thank you for the $2 dues. Kirsty, go to bed. Goddamn, what are you doing awake still? Again, what are you doing awake? Oh my god. CG. Naughty. Oh, Luke G coming in with, I wonder if Yoda and Yaddle ever had a last name. They're only the only Jedi they don't, right? I think so. Yeah, I think they do. Imagine if they do have a last name, but it's like Andrews or something. Smith. Oh man. Man. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's my favorite. You're a freak. Imagine that. Come on. Okay then. Oh, no, come back, please. Please. I'm so needy for you. Come back. Oh my god. That's true. Yoda and Yaddle. Yeah, I think he's in meditation room. That's gotta happen. Saber Smith coming in with also that rumor about Keanu Reeves. Well, let's be real. It's been a Star Wars rumor about Keanu Reeves for like 10 years. Being in Star Wars, imagine John Wick and Grogu team up. Yeah, sure. It's that. Let's do that. Oh, so good. If Yoda could breathe, so could Yoda and Saddle. Hey, freaky. I would think that the Yoda species are more scarce. It's only fair. That's true. That's true. Yeah, she. Yava. Whoa. Don't objectify Yoda. Jeez. Oh my god, yes. Give me something. What do they have? Crunchwrap? Is that a thing? Is that like hexagon thing that with like it's like a wrap and it's like got a like something inside? I don't know. Give me one of those. Yeah, true. I think he could be riven. Sorry, my upstairs neighbors are big. I don't know if you can hear that banging. This sounds so weird, but I think they're making bread. Crunchwrap Supreme. There you go. There you go. Oh, I love it. Soon will I rest. Yes, forever sleep. Earned it. I have. Yoda pillow talk. That's unreal. Oh my god. Yes, I love finding other Australians in Adelaide. Dude. I want to go to the freaking Barossa. I want to go to Barossa, man. Victor Harbour. Is there anything in Victor Harbour? What's Victor Harbour like? Anyway. Shout out Adelaide. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, that sounds so bad. That sounds so bad. No, but literally, like I know they make bread, and then we like talking about it. Yeah. This is so bad now. This is so bad. Shocking. But anyway, as we start to wind up the discussion, two things. One, this is the last time I will be using this particular mic. Not that that's super interesting for you guys, but I think it's super interesting. I've had this mic. I bought it just before I started the channel, and we've had it this whole time. I've hit it 1,000 times. I've thrown it around 1,000 times, but I'm finally getting an upgrading. Not just a different mic, but a very expensive upgrade of a mic to help the sound quality for you, to help bring the experience smoother to your ears. I'm very excited. I've got all the bits. I've got like a new interface and a new boom arm, and the XLR cable's coming today, and the mic's coming tomorrow, I think. So I'm very excited. So hopefully by next stream, I'm sounding extra crisp for you. Yeah, well, you're gonna be. Yeah. I've muted the microphone 1,000 times. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, so this is such a who's most livable city in the world? You reckon? Robert Aaron's sick. He's cool. He's got biceps for days. Do they have taco places in Australia? Not maybe. Well, I'm thinking of Guzman. I don't know. Luke, as my fellow Australian, Guzman. I don't know how you guys feel about Guzman in Adelaide, but I fucking love Guzman. Guzman is like our Chipotle. It's pretty much the same. It's so good. I have it like twice a week. I love it. I absolutely love it. I've got one like 2 minutes away from me. I if not more than twice a week. I love Guzman. So good. That's true. Yeah, Rip OG Mike. You can blame me, lol. This is my first stream and I enjoy. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll blame you. That's so good. But I'm glad this was your first stream. This is quite a. No, it's a fairly short stream. It gets more crazy than this. If you enjoyed the chill discussions, just buckle up, buddy. It gets more weird than this. But thank you for being here. ABC, what do I call you? Can I just call you? Yeah. I like that. Yes, thank you. Yes. I think most Australians do love it. Guzman's so good. How dare you? I judge you harshly, Thenora, for saying Mad Max is better than Guzman. That is so not true. Oh, there's like I feel like a quarter of the country say that, and like the 3/4 say Guzman's the best, a quarter say Mad Max is the best. I judge you harshly for that. Kaylee, but Luke, are we the same person? I just interchange those orders. Literally, it's like if I'm on the go and I'm like trying to like if I needed like just quick lunch to do something else, I'll get a Cali burrito because it's like I can hold the burrito. if I'm like wanting a nice meal, I'll just get nacho fries. Large nacho fries, pickled jalapenos with chicken, mild. Oh, so good. So good. I get you. Mad Mex is a great name. It is a great name. Does the UK have like Mexican places? I did love Chipotle when I was in the States. Chipotle. The only other thing, In and Out, like America has a lot of burger chains. We don't have a lot of burger chains. We've got McDonald's and we've got Hungry. To be fair, I haven't been at Hungry Jack's in like 10 years. Oh my God, yes. Dude, the amount of times I just go get a nacho fry, like after a day of editing, a nacho fries and a Corona. That's straight ecstasy right there. Straight ecstasy. I love it. Oh, yeah. We've convinced him. I love it. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining up, brother. That warms my heart. I'm going to be smiling for the rest of the day now. I'm so glad you've decided to join the insanity. I hope there's a bunch of random things. We do gaming streams. We do we're doing small Lego builds actually. Random videos. I've started doing some Saber stuff. There's so much going on here. So thank you so much for being a part of the family. I appreciate you. Welcome, Padawan. That's true. It's like, it's not even over 18 now. You got to be like over 25 to do the master streams. They get so out of hand. You got a Taco Bell? Okay, cool. In UK. Is your Cali burrito steak and rice with lots of white queso? No, Cali burrito, instead of rice, it's fries. So it's a burrito with fries, meat, pico de gallo, and is there guac in there? There might be guac in there. It's really good. White queso. Queso's not that big here. Queso's not that big. You know what also isn't big here? Ranch. I don't even know if I can buy ranch. I think I can, probably. But like, I feel like in America, like every restaurant and store ever is like, do you want ranch? We want ranch with it. You don't really have ranch in Australia. That's not a big thing. Okay. That's fair. Oh, yeah, I got so triggered there. Oh, 100%. Man, this stream is really got off the rails. This is really got in a rabbit hole here, friends. We've got a rabbit hole. Hot wings with ranch? Glorious. I do love a good wing, though. I love a good wing. I think ranch is like, I want to say we have an equivalent that's called, I don't think it's Thousand Island sauce. I think we have that. I don't know if UK has that. I don't know. Ranch or blue cheese. Ooh, blue cheese. Yuck. I think isn't that the same, Kirsty? Jeez. How detailed do you want to be? Is it a sauce, a dip? I think it's the same. It's the same thing, Kirsty. If it's a sauce or a dip, it changes what vessel you're pouring out of. If you poured, because I'm like, if you poured hummus, would it be a sauce or would it be a dip? That's actually, I don't know. Oh my God, yeah, but what the hell are you doing, brother? Save your $1 dues. 50? Son of a gun, you did that the other night too. What are you doing? All the love, Hannah. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, brother. That's so kind of you. Wava. Wava in the chat. Dubs for Wava. Here we go. We're back. Anyone who ever soups over $50 dues has got to be a Wava. It gets a W at the start of their name. Wava in the chat. All the masters get W's because they have the largest memberships too. Dubs in the chat. Will he sell ranch? Yeah, I feel like I've maybe seen it in the shops. I'm more thinking of like, I think restaurants. Like, I think we could buy ranch, but I'm like, restaurants don't really be like, here's some ranch. Garlic aioli. I feel like Australia's equivalent of ranch is garlic aioli. Or just aioli in general. Is a salad dressing or a dip. See? Yeah. It's what you want it to be. Before I was like, I've got two things to tell you. One was the microphone. What was the other thing? I forget what the other thing was. I don't know what it was. I think it was something to do with the backdrop. I don't know. But anyway, I'm trying to tweak things. I've taken my boba. I'm taking the Funko Pops out of their cases because I think it looks better. Boba set up one here, and I'm doing that one. I'm still tweaking everything, but it's good. Yeah, right? Aioli. I think that's the thing. Aioli's the thing. Chicken bacon ranch pizza is good. It does sound good. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, I think it is a bit different. Well, this food chat is getting me hungry like a Sarlacc. I love that. Hungry like a Sarlacc. That's so good. That's so good. Anyway, let's get out of here. But of course, like on the screen says, Sunday night, this Sunday, we'll be doing a Jedi Survivor stream, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. For those masters in the chat, that means we'll be keeping that masters meeting to 2 hours. So it's nice and crisp. So we've got time to do other stuff as well, obviously. So 2-hour master meeting, and then back after that is 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Survivor stream. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Talking just some rumors, some kind of news. Really appreciate this discussion. Hopefully have more of these spontaneous live discussions coming soon. But like I said, we're doing our Survivor. Sorry, I just remembered the second thing. October 9th. You won't hear me start shutting up about this. October 9th. Mark your calendars. It's gonna be a night to remember. The Sith side coming to you on a weekly basis, every single Wednesday. Me and my good friend. I know him as my Star Wars partner. You know him as your Star Wars dad. Tony, also known as Star Wars Sith, and I are starting a weekly Star Wars live show starting October 9th, happening every Wednesday night. It's going to be an absolute blast. We're going to be live on both our channels at the same time, as in it's just a stream that you can watch it here, you can watch it there. But it's going to be an absolutely fantastic time, just having a ball, having a laugh with Star Wars times. You guys have seemingly loved our, collaborations we've done in the past, and so have we. We both were just like, hey, this is vibing. Can we do this every week? So October 9th will be the first show of it. He's away at ICC. Is it ICC or ICCC? Is there 3 C's or 2? Anyway, he's away at ICC next week. So it won't be till October 9th, but be here. You don't want to miss out. It's going to be an absolute blast. So book it in. Oh my goodness me. So you've hit the Leia saber from Theory Sabers. This is okay. Also, speaking of Luke, everyone's like so confused because it's actually from the company called Saber Theory, which is different to Theory Sabers, both respectfully in their right own companies. But I don't have a problem with either. But they're just like, so I know I'm crediting the right company. Saber Theory is different to Theory Sabers. It's from Saber Theory. But yes, it is my first one. Absolutely. That's really funny. Oh, it's a good time. Yeah, Tony, he's a legend. Yeah, no, that's so fun. Just for other people as well. Saber Theory. Love it. But yes, it is my first. But anyway, let's get the hell out of here. Thank you so much for joining the chaos today. I'll see you Sunday night. Masters early on, and then jumping into that Survivor stream. You don't want to miss the chaos. It's a good time to be part of the race side. So, until I see you then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. A weekend, I should really say. And I'll see you in the next one. And make sure you're always choosing the race side.